Hey, welcome to an episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. Continuing with all of your requests month, this was requested by T. Lazaroff, I don't know if I'm saying his name correctly. This is the Warsteiner Premium Dunkel, 4.8% ABV. Very busy bottle here. Nice bottle cap too. Not much on the back. Best before December, so it's still good. Ingredients: brewing water, roasted barley malt, and hop extract. There's no yeast in this. I'm going to be using my Oktoberfest mug I just got a couple weeks ago at an Oktoberfest. And Oktoberfest is going on right now in Germany. That's the funny thing about Oktoberfest, is it actually ends like in early October. Most of it's in September. Even though this isn't an Oktoberfest, it's still a German beer, and I'm sure there's plenty of people over there drinking it right now. So let's get pouring here. Alright, well, I mean, that's a pretty nice looking beer, especially considering it's a lager. Just straight up like chocolate brown. Slight bit of orange if I hold it to the light. But it's, you know, very clear, very dark. Nice head on there for a lager. It's a kind of a beige, off-white, soapy, frothy type consistency. What's weird is that it's skunky though. I mean, this is a brown-ish bottle. I notice Europeans, their brown bottles are not as dark as our brown bottles. And it's, you know, it says it doesn't expire until December of this year, so it's, I would assume it's still fairly fresh, but yeah, I mean, it's kind of, I mean, it's not as bad as a Heineken or anything like that, but it smells like it came out of a green bottle. I mean, if I smell, it's not that bad, you know. I can still smell the roasted malts in there. I really haven't reviewed that many dark lagers on the show, not counting Vienna lagers. So you do get, you know, kind of that roasted malt in there, but it's obscured by the skunkiness, or maybe it's oxidation. I don't know, that's for you beer nerds to figure out. Cheers. Wow. You don't get any of the skunkiness in the palate, which is nice. The whole first half is kind of mild. Nothing off, nothing sour about it. A little bit of like a generic kind of lager taste to it, but it's because they're using like roasted malts here and not just, you know, generic Pilsner type brew. It doesn't taste as that like that. It finishes though, like you get like the little kick, little flick of roasted malt right on the end there, and like an iced coffee kind of bitterness and taste. It's really caught me off guard. Yeah, it's like a, I hate these Jekyll and Hyde beers. That's what this beer is. I mean, the whole first half is very generic European lager style. You know, like over the last couple of months, I reviewed like the Paulaner and the Weihenstephaner lagers, and it's pretty much that exact same taste for the whole first half, just generic lager type flavor. Second half, pretty much the same right until the end, right as it finishes, and you get like that nice, it's like a coffee and roasted malts. So like it kind of, it ups the bitterness. I mean, it's not a very bitter beer the whole first half. And then all of a sudden, wham, like this like coffee chocolate taste kicks in. So you get just a little bit of dry bitterness, like, you know, like you would get like with a coffee, but it's also sweet. So it's kind of like an iced coffee, or like a dark chocolate, which is like, it's sweet and bitter at the same time. Bittersweet. On the lower end of medium bodied, I wouldn't call it light bodied. Definitely not a thick beer at all though. It's slightly fizzy when it's in the mouth. Not a whole lot of carbonation on this one. It's very, you know, very quaffable. I can just slug it right down as I'm doing. Got kind of mixed feelings on this one. I mean, I like that it kind of grading on a curve too. You know, I don't grade a style, but considering that it is a lager, it's you know, a lot more drinkable and less foul and generic than your average lager. I mean, but it is kind of reminding me Like I just reviewed, like in the last 2 months, I reviewed the Weihenstephaner and the Paul Honor, you know, Helles lagers or whatever they're called, and this kind of has like very similar taste, like especially through the whole first half, and then at the end, you know, as I'm drinking, I'm almost towards the end here. That iced coffee and bitter dark chocolate and the roasted malts, all those flavors have kind of diminished or homogenized or whatever. I just got used to them quick, so it's not as, you know, at the bottom isn't it? It doesn't finish as strong as it started, and you know, I like a beer that does that. I'm gonna give this. I'll give this a 6 out of 10. You know, I give it a thumbs up. It's okay. It's above average. It has, you know, its problems, but the good parts outweigh the bad. So yeah, 6 out of 10 for the Warsteiner Premium Dunkel. Thanks to T. Lazaroff for requesting this. And that is it for this episode. So happy Oktoberfest, everybody. Cheers.